Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to another edition of Godzilla Month, and today we'll be taking a look at the S.H. MonsterArts Godzilla 2000 Special Color version. Now, this version of Godzilla comes from two Godzilla films actually, one of which being Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla from 2002, and the other being Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S. coming out in 2003, so yeah. I've seen Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S., but I haven't seen Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla, so yeah. Definitely check out Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S., but Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla, I wouldn't know, so yeah. Anyway, before I take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the packaging that he comes in. So on the front of the box, we have a nice picture of the figure right here. Right here, we have S.H. MonsterArts Godzilla 2000 Millennium Special Color Version. Right here, we have Tamashii Nations and Bandai. Right here, we have the two Godzilla emblems, Godzilla 2015. Warning, choking hazards, and again, just like what I said with the other SH Figure Arts reviews, do not get these figures for any kids because these are not for kids whatsoever. So, yeah. Anyway, we just have Godzilla's hand right here. SH MonsterArts Godzilla 2000 Millennium Special Color Version. On top, just the same thing. On the side, the same thing, except we have a better picture of the figure. On the back, we have a picture of the figure in a few different poses and information here. So if you can read Japanese, pause it there and read it. Alright. And underneath, we just have legal information. And yeah, that's basically how much I got this figure for. So, yeah. That is pretty much it for the packaging. So I'm just going to get that out of there. Now we'll take a look at the figure, and starting off with the paint. The paint on this figure is actually very nice. Most of the body is this charcoal grayish color, but there are hints of green, which look very nice on this figure. I think the toe claws and finger claws are painted very well. They have a nice shiny effect. Something I do have to complain about is that the toe claws, it just looks like they turned black and they're like bleeding into the toes, which... yeah, that looks a little gross, but not a huge problem. The front of the figure is painted very nicely with bits of like a brownish tan, which looks nice. The dorsal plates are a dark gray with a nice airbrushing effect right here at the center of the plates, which look nice. The eyes are painted like a kind of a yellowish white with black pupils, which looks nice. The teeth are painted gray, and the inside of the mouth is this reddish, pinkish color. What you would expect. And that's pretty much it for the paint on this figure. The paint on this figure is really nice, so the paint definitely gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation is good, but there is one problem I have, and that's in the tail, so we'll take a look at that in a second. But first, the mouth can close and open. The tongue is actually on a hinge joint, so if you want to move the tongue around, you can. I think that's actually a really nice touch, but anyway. Ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, and ball joint. The arms are on ball joints. Bend at the elbow, and ball joint. There is a crunch right here, so you could have them looking down. The legs are on ball joints. The bend at the knee and the feet are on ball joints. After these three segments, the tail is nothing but ball joints, which feels very nice to move around, but the thing is, this figure can't really hold poses well. So, yeah, if you want your figure to be like this, yeah, that's not happening. So yeah. Also, something I don't like about the articulation, well, this is more of the sculpt, but whenever you move any of the joints around, or like some of the joints, it feels like that they're gonna like scrape against the figure and like paint is just gonna get scraped off, which I don't really like that feeling at all, but oh. Also, this comes off way too easily on mine, so yeah, that's one thing I don't like, but other than that, the articulation on this figure is pretty good, so it gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpt on this figure is very nice. This is actually not from the movie itself, this is actually concept art from Godzilla 2000. And this is actually a repaint of an existing figure, which is, you know, the Godzilla 2000 version of this figure, where the dorsal plates are purple. which look very nice. In fact, I wish I had that figure instead of this figure. The problem is that figure goes on eBay for like $180. So, yeah, I think I'm better off with this. But anyway, yeah, the sculpt, even though it's not movie accurate, still looks very nice. And again, I know this is like the design, but when you move some of the joints, it feels like some of the paint gets scraped off. In fact, on mine, like right there, I don't know if you can see that very well. Right there, like right next to my thumb, there is a very slight bit of paint chipping right there. So that's not fun. And yeah, again, it's not accurate, but the sculpt on this figure is still very nice, so the sculpt gets a pass. Now take a look at the detailing on this figure, and the detailing is very nice. So going to the head, we have a lot of scales, and a lot of the scales actually look more spiky on this figure than anything, which looks very nice. And that continues all the way down the body. Going to the arms, we have more scales, which look very nice. The hands are detailed nicely as well. And going to the legs here, we have more scaling, which looks very nice. And the feet look very nice as well. Going to the tail, all the scales just go along the tail, which again look very nice, very well defined. Underneath, we have, it's kind of weak right here, but at the base of the tail, it looks very nice. We have a lot of creases and wrinkles at the bottom of the tail here, which again looks very nice. We have nice detailing underneath the feet here. And the front of the figure is detailed very nicely as well. The inside of the mouth has very nice detailing as well. I'll try to get a better look at that, but yeah, that looks very nice in terms of detailing. And for the dorsal plates, they are detailed very nicely as well. Very spiky, and I guess that's why I like this figure. This figure just looks very spiky and very, like, you know, not safe to hold, and I really like that. This figure looks very nice, but yeah, other than that, that's it for the detailing. Again, the detailing is very nice on this figure, so the detailing definitely gets a pass. Should you get this figure? I'd say if you have the original version, then don't waste your time, but if you don't have the original version and you don't have a lot of money, then get this, because this figure, though it's not as good as the MonsterArts GMK Godzilla, this figure still is very nice. The problems I have are, like, mainly in the articulation. This figure can't really look up all that well. Like, that's the highest the head's gonna go. That and this figure can't really hold a pose, but other than that, this is still a very solid figure, so yeah, if you don't have the original Godzilla 2000 figure, then definitely pick this up. It's only 75 bucks, which isn't bad compared to the price of the original figure, so yeah. Anyway, definitely get this figure if you can, and if you want to know how big he is, here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. Alright, now that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zach out.